scene for reason manure. Banta bangadlali piki piki yang chola display ya rejolo we fill up these keys and OVT nyai.
Yet another episode of the Kasi Hangout. We out here. The talk from the Vaal ka mga sibabs ka bariya ki matutu khatep. Ke re ke etse be for money yana today man. Simply because of the fact that kasi no ha kana motho ha kana le motho. Again, I want you to help me and Mega Too Much as we introduce and start up the warm-up of the 5th episode.
Number 5, episode number 5.
Number 5.
I'm gonna say yo. And then kill energy and you know
editing of it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's not about that. It's about who we have today. Yeah, the gang, help me and Mega Too Much. Welcome our guest of the day. It's a surprise. You know how we do these things.
Yeah. I'm to shop about the poster here. So that you get to what's it about. I shoot at you, banana mama.
No. Also born. I came to the same day.
Where
the solo engine so born. I usually felt to know.
Just the movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I get to turn again and I want to be.
Yeah, by the way, not be like Mega Too Much. And more routine thing. I should say, I'm out of honor.
Congratulations.
Like it's a big thing.
It's a
major thing. Done wonderful.
It took him a while to finally get a shot enough.
Sasa is
It's designed especially for Mega Too Much. So finally designed it. Yeah, the guest.
The gang. The last few episodes in the updates on the first episode that we about everything. You know, black excellence, township excellence, you know, giving the flowers happy again to Batulu, Bapush, Karamakasa. Specifically, no Karavali, but Artosha Valley, but specifically no Karavali. Until about Bapush, but in that mainstream that we talk about all the time. So today we have one of the voices in the Vaal.
Man.
Yeah, one of the voices in the Vaal. One of the woman by meeting by just no, I wanna be me and I'm me, you know.
You know if there's anything I like about guitaring, being a personality. A lot of people recognize your vocal, but as for appearance, but they don't know like appearance. So yeah, you check. So yeah, man, this is big, man. Yeah, I'm hyped up. I guess I should get over chicken. So I'm taking over the ball.
What's about take over? Tamino said the highlight. Sign
indicate. You indicate. What was saying? Brazil attack side. It's Cassia. Yeah, dog.
Hey, no, tell us continue. Guy, boy, sign like a lefty. Oh, la jolly, you know. Yeah. So
it's taking so long. Like I cannot wait to jump in.
It's like you left me out of the entire conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome our guest, Bophelong. She's big, like she's very big. She's doing big. So that doesn't introduce the boy as keys. Simply because energy, image energy is the gang. We're talking about you, the gang. You know for a fact. Yeah, you're doing this out of wanting success, longing for success, and loving it at the same time. You understand? So today, we're going to get quoted scriptures. So John 55 said, we've got Miss Nozey from Lekoa FM.
You guys don't have effects at all? No. There's no way. Yeah, no, let's show the effect.
No, what about the effects? Dita come round with talent. If you can do that, and
If we're gonna go like why?
Thank you guys so
How
much.
are you?
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say hello to everybody in the Kasi hanging out of here. My name is Miss Nozey, the Black Doll. And what an honor to be here, actually.
Yeah.
So everything is here. When I speak, everything is in my energy.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much for giving me this opportunity to come and hang out with you. Kasi alone, by the way.
Yeah, man. Sure.
Such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Business Hub located, we are Chairman. Scalabala, the top boy from the Vaal, give it to her.
Yeah.
Too much. So Miss Nozey,
Yeah.
I can and talk to Miss Nozey.
And by the way, Sugar Smash Graphics is here. Sugar Smash is here. And Fiona Koso is here as well. Shout out.
She's the ghost lady.
It's
a joke.
Yeah, we would say because they were not to communicate. They were not to talk. They were not to but banally duties. They were not. You know, yeah.
Okay. First thing I want to ask you is that now that you're here, this is Kasi Hangout. What do you understand about this?
For me, the concept, Kasi, let me talk about Kasi, and hanging out would be a surplus of what I'm understanding, what a Kasi is.
Sure.
As Black people, we were oppressed and put in a corner for such a long time that we had to find a way for ourselves to cope, through singing, through dancing, through fashion and dialect and poetry, anything else that we could use to engage. And Kasi for me is where people of a certain culture, aspiration, focus come together and hang out and coexist with each other. So things like this for me, it's saying we know where we come from, we are aware of who we are, and we like hanging out with each other and talking about things that affect us.
Sure.
How profound.
Wow.
Very
Come on,
profound.
I got to talk effect.
Yeah.
Round of applause. Oh man, yeah. Wow, that's
Miss Nozey, like on a Kasi Hangout, we're gonna have a conversation, not necessarily interview you your upbringing, but we're gonna know about your upbringing because of having the conversation, you know.
It's a mere conversation.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Miss Nozey, we see you like we know Miss Nozey.
Yes,
but
yes.
there was that little girl.
There's Nozey.
Yeah, Nozey.
Yeah.
What's your name in full?
My name in full, it's such a rare name. I've only ever met another one person who has the same name as me and my dead grandmother.
Sure.
May her soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
But I've never had this name anywhere else in the country. My name is Nozey and my surname is Mazibu. So it's such a rare name that you
What
never...
does it mean? Like, what does Nozey mean?
Well, according to what I understand, Umnwazi in Guni languages means hat.
Oh.
Makatiba. Something like that.
That.
Right? I don't look like a Makatiba, right?
Besides, man, it's a very rare name, like you said.
Yeah, it's a very rare name.
You're the only Makatiba, okay?
Yeah, and when we can go to the deeper meaning of Umnwazi or Katiba,
like about
we
can,
like Ibapala.
Yeah.
Ibapala role tepaya. You understand?
Yeah.
Maybe Katiba ya family.
Yes.
Now you are
the matriarch.
The shield.
The Mkabai of my family.
Mkaba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could potentially mean that.
Not necessarily Katiba Marabo Mokaka in a way.
Yes.
That's true, crowd. I'm royalty. I mean, come on.
You understand?
Of course, of course.
It's not a bad name after all. Makatiba. It's just
Makatiba
it's very, please don't certify it, guys. It's so much better when it has the clicks. It sounds a lot better with the clicks, I tell you.
Now, Pelana kim Soto and outfit a man, you told you it's all outfit. So, what's up, some Tona Sekile?
It's the V.
Yeah, you know.
Yes,
then you take it over. Yeah.
The way Ona we MUVHANGO located, MUVHANGO means Motswapa.
Yeah.
It's in Venda.
Yeah.
So he nje dilingo di ba a go leva vale go a go bua ka kasi ya go o kopana batho ba ba kae ba bua lingo tse different.
But that means that the evolution is constantly taking place.
Ne?
Because eventually there's languages that between go Tswape. Before you know it, Spitori would be an official language, or Tswape will be an official language, because we are evolving. Now people are mixing this and that, are mixing this and that. So for people who don't believe, evolution exists,
Sure.
this is what we're talking about. Yeah, our kids are gonna have their own languages that are developing as time goes.
Yeah.
Because as people, we're gravitating towards new things.
So there's a lingo called Tswape
There is
in Pitori.
not actually no, it's not a language. It's a person. It's a sort of a race or a tribe of people that are called Tswape. So if you are a Tswape, it means you're a mixture of Tswana and Pedi.
Come on, man, that's not real. Come on.
Mara no want to repeat about Matadiana.
Tswape isn't real at all. Tswape is lands. Tswape is lands. Take me back to Tswape, man. Tswape is lands. Control. Also, pull us lands to say. So Tswape is paying that. Tswape is
Yeah.
Tswape.
We're not Tswape. No, there are people that identify as Tswape.
They do say behind every joke there is a truth.
That's the truth.
Behind every joke there is a truth.
What do we pizza?
Oh, Tswape, Motswana, Lepedi, Tswana Pedi.
A mixture of
Then
Tswana and
Pedi.
Pedi.
It's Tswape. Damn. No, I can't wait about Kona Ki Cholanka this
Concept ya Tswape.
you understand the way Luna guys live and getting no. Okay. How come I am Tswana and Pedi is Tswape? Nikilanza na skolong and Nikolanza ka on but we found the knowledge and understanding of Tswape what
Tswape, the gang, Tswape has come to life. Tswape is alive now. It's not a joke. It's not slanzo any
That's the
longer.
thing.
It's a thing. You can be Tswape.
Yeah.
I'm Zulu. He's Xhosa.
I'm Tswape.
No, I'm not.
She's
She's Tswape.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
so this little girl Nozey.
Yeah.
Before you can adapt kapa wa conceive whatever you look so tsamaya ka yona ona jwana wa understand this little girl from primary.
Yeah.
Take us back there. Wa understand?
I've always been outstanding, ne? Guys. I don't blow my own horns. Legit, I've always been a person who's noticed because I'm loud. You know, I have such a major personality. So my whole life, I've always been that girl who's always noticed everywhere.
Okay.
And I remember when I was about 8, 9-ish at the church that we went to, Yabazalwani, they would have, you know, and then it's never
yeah,
ending weddings at church.
I know that.
Yeah. Particularly, I've always been a church girl.
You can pray in tongues.
Mina, yo.
Yeah.
I grew up in church. I served for a very long time. But it's story for another day.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so I would be stroy maize, like Emlemung Hato church is like so I grew up in church as the stroy maize. So it was like I was a mini superstar in church. Yeah, at my church. I think I went to about 9-10 weddings as a stroy maize. Even into my teenage years. And at the church that I went to, they had wedding after wedding after wedding after wedding. I think Slimong say one on album match I did my 7-8 in 1 year.
Yeah.
I got
And
about
it is arranged, ne?
Half of them are divorced. Actually, not more than half.
obvious.
And not more than half are divorced.
So how are you people?
We said listen to the statement. It has nothing to do with the
It's last, yeah. It was basically just last because it was never, most of it was never genuine. Like I'm not going to check on have it other than that
you see,
so
okay,
it was never, yes.
Last year,
We are spiritual beings, but as well as that, we also human, and we have human desires. It just depends on one person how you suppress
what
it. How
I'm
you
talking about now is that it's not like it's in a club where people are twerking out here for that matter.
Precisely. The way well, I didn't say that. Babs, please don't drag me to hell with you. Do not drag me to hell with you.
The way I deliver Hangout to the people, like it's enticing.
Happy the cycle, I'll say is the cycle over. You know, like we now maybe weekends we get
I was about to say that every human adapts to their environment. So if Magaling take this is what you have to do to get laid, you'll do that.
Yeah.
I've been a church goer.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Nobody got married at your church.
No, besides being a guy.
No, not you
Not in my
particularly. There's
church,
other people. There are people that are going to church genuinely for spirituality. And there are those who just want to belong. And the ones that just want to belong, because they are halfway there, halfway there.
Yeah. Not church, you can never be a pastor, Sanya.
Now, how about I'm ready to bed? What if you don't?
What about
you know, so what happens when you meet somebody you really love but they don't want to go to church?
Then you'll never see this to the sub.
So what will your alternative be? Marry somebody in the church, and then 5 years later you divorce them. So that's what it does, being in an environment.
But now even the divorce is into my promote this thing. Always remain until death do us apart because of maintaining the dignity.
So most of them are not happy.
I would say, you know,
not just saying.
That's true. Like, listen, I am not married, never been married. I don't think I'll get married. But if we could legit go to...
Why is that? I believe it's every woman's dream to get married. Why don't you think you're going to get married?
I'm very aware of myself, right? Number one. Number two, I've got toxic traits, you know, that I don't think somebody would have to suffer through them just because they say they love me.
What are those traits?
I am needy, number one. I'm such a needy person. I want to feel hard. I want presence. I want you here when I need you, you know, and I want you to leave when I want you to leave. I'm also very controlling because I have moments where I'm in and out. 1 minute I could want to be in the same space and be happy, but 1 minute I could want to just be by myself, think, be creative, and. So as a person who has such a major personality, I have a lot of moments where I am small, very small. I want to be alone. I want to be in my space, you know. So with such a personality, it's hard because one day I'm happy and the next I just want to be quiet. Not that I'm pissed off at you or anything, but I just, you know, I'd rather be quiet. My mother always says all the time, I'm starting to believe it too. I don't think you'll ever get it. Not in a bad way. She doesn't mean it to curse me or anything, but she understands the person that I am. I can come here, chill with you guys, and we laugh, and then after 30, 40 minutes, I want to move myself away from that and be by myself, you know. So those up and downs, it will be completely hard to.
Now that you're aware of your problem, what are you doing?
You know, the problem is I like my damn self. I really, the quiet moments also work for me so much that I don't want to compromise those, you know. I meditate. I have anxiety disorder. I've been diagnosed with a generalized anxiety disorder in 2011. So, with a person who deals with a mental health issue, there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows in one day. This station, I work with him elsewhere.
Okay.
So,
oh, you work with him? Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I usually keep my relationship brief because I always like a chai. But like a chai, but like a chai, but like a chai, you look at Dr. Kumalo. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Taking the top score.
Because
I suddenly hyped it and I'm like that. This is why all of my exes are still my friends. Yeah.
I heard you say you in a situation.
Yeah.
So this amazing guy, that's
situation.
That is the situation.
Situation type of guy. My guy, you don't have.
I hope he doesn't see. Or if he does, he knows our situation. We're trying to get out of our situation.
My guy, I don't know.
It's hard to get out of our situation because our situation is properly situated.
No, but I'm out here thinking.
But I don't know his marital status. Are you married, baby?
Hey, baby!
Hey!
Hey! Yeah, okay, baby might be married.
Yeah, that is
it's understandable.
I wouldn't date a married man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
I don't know that he's married. All I know that is all about us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why would you call it a situationship? But yet you know it's all about you guys. But
why are we guys focusing on my relationship?
No,
Now the thing is about this entire thing, it's fairly new.
Okay.
It's about 6 months old. And so in this 6 months, we've gotten to discover so many things about it. So we're still trying to decide if I'm the one who's trying to decide if it's worth going on or I should just at this point leave behind. But it's hard because I really like what we're having and what's going on.
Why is it hard for you to decide on to go on with a relationship or not?
Because life is never exactly what you want it to be.
So your guy is not your ideal guy?
No, he's actually the kind of man I always pray for. He hustles, he's talented, he's the fastest. Why are you so concerned? Dibra! Yeah, he's from Germany, you don't know him.
He's from Germany. I know a lot of guys in Germany. I definitely know your guy. If he's in the industry and he's from Germany, tell me his name.
Guys.
Okay, no,
I'm not gonna name drop. He knows himself.
It's okay.
And my friends know him too. So you guys are my friends. I'll
shout
tell you guys
out,
off right.
She's blushing, my nigga. Shout out to
She's an amazing woman, you know.
Plus he's from Germany. Who don't pay the blushes so China, so it's something crazy. Something international.
Stop.
Yeah, we were still on Nozey growing up, but I want to answer who that Nozey growing up. Like
there's so many stories.
The media park.
Yeah,
man, I want to know that. Where are you from?
I was born and raised in Bethlehem in the Eastern Free State. Bethlehem. Alright, shout out to my guys. So proud of my hood. Listen, that hood made me. I don't want to lie. I will always claim where I come from. I am never ashamed of where I come from. I was born and raised there. Skonyela 412.
Who's Skonyela?
I don't know who Skonyela is.
Skonyela is township name, like the
No,
area.
it's the name of the street that was.
Skonyela Street.
My Zulu is absolutely terrible, and my mom is Sotho. So I want to have They legit serious about that thing. Because all of us would take up as opposed to my dad's language. And not that my dad wasn't trying, he tried. He legit tried to teach us, he took us to school to learn. Even in the house here, they speak too much. So after that, that's when I started multiracials. I have them combined and I went to New Horizons. So my back into media, if I should put it like that, I didn't really think of it that far as into media or anything. But I'm a lazy person. Like
too lazy.
Guys, I am not. I am not. I'm not the person to be doing anything physical. So, in school, maybe sports day or when something like that is happening, I'm always wandering around because everybody's doing something. And trust me, I tried soccer, I tried volleyball. I get that big into get practicing, like nothing. No, thank you. So I discovered drama when I was in grade 5. That must have been in 2002, 3, 4. That's when I discovered drama. A friend of mine at school, Zara Mabino, was already a part of some group in the hood, and he is a drama full time. So they wanted us to do something for life orientation at school. So I was like, no, I haven't drama. And then, okay, what is that? And they told me, no, we're gonna do this, do that, you do this. This is your role, whatever. And I think I was born that day. Okay? When I did that form, and I decided I want to do this. This is amazing because I grew up as a person who's loud, but at the same time I had the worst stage fright ever. In front of my friends I would dance, I would scream, but in front of a bigger crowd I would never stand in front of them. I had the biggest stage fright. I was so wait, hold up. Only with that. Only with standing in front of the entire class and reciting a poem or reading or anything. I was so terrified by that. And then drama, for some reason, just gave me a confidence that I needed. And from that, it's been up and up. And then when I got to high school, New Horizon, everybody was forced to do sports. That's sports day. So we had 2 sports days and 2 study days. So on sports days, everybody's on the ground. People are doing things. And then I had somebody say, no man, that lasinya from mama auditions and drama. And I went there. And then before I got that, my dad had convinced me that I could be a pilot, guys.
A
pilot. No, my dad was setting me up. No, he was setting me up.
I'm on air. It's okay.
I'm a pilot. Oh my God. Yes, I'm a pilot. So I went there, I studied sciences, and Jesus Christ, I was terrible at those. I'm generally terrible at numbers. But I would excel at anything else except for maths. So then I found drama. Yeah, it was showing me things. It was showing me everything else. I was really good at it, and I found a drama group. Then I decided, you know what? Maybe I want to do drama after school, because at grade 10 you start figuring out the things you want to do after school. Okay, you want to be doctors, they want to be this, but I'm like, no, I want to act. I want to be on TV. I want to perform. I think this is what I want to do. Because at that time I was already part of a drama group back at home, and we would perform over the weekend, go around town performing and entertaining people with drama groups. So I'm like, man, this is what I want to do. But when I applied after matric, when I applied for varsity, I fell pregnant, right? And I didn't go to school.
Like I said.
So when I didn't go to school after I fell pregnant, I had applied for drama schools, and none of them accepted me, actually, by the way. I don't know why.
APS.
So, no, I had very good scores, but I was pregnant, and I think at that moment, the universe and it was like it were communicated to say, no, you're gonna need this entire year to be here to give birth, and then you can go back. Right? Yes.
How old were you?
I felt pregnant when I was 18 because I remember it was my matric farewell. Oh my god, my parents don't know this. It was
When you experienced teenage pregnancy?
in a way, yes, it was teenage pregnancy. I was 18.
Sure.
In 2009, I was doing matric that year in 2009, and I fell pregnant by my matric farewell date. So, yeah.
Besides, bona expression.
No, it was.
Expression the current.
No. That's not right. No. Hold up. No.
It's the baby daddy.
It's
the baby daddy.
Having that year for me was the best year of my life. Having a child, having my son was the most amazing. Yes, he's 13 now. Yeah, his name is Owami Masibuko, also known as Impo, his first name.
Oh, it's about grade 8.
He's going to grade 8 next year.
Oh, yeah.
He's a genius. He's a top 10, top 5, top 1 type of student, grade 8 student. So when that happened, I became a whole new person. You know, I loved beyond measures. I calmed myself down. I started figuring things differently. As I say, I'm saying that I was needed to be home. I needed to be grounded. I needed to be brought back. Stop the Lord, calm down, calm yourself down. You know, yeah. Stop all package because they say popular too much. Like calm down, figure this entire thing out. So that year I applied for TUT. Actually, I remember I applied for just one school. I'm like, okay, this time I'm not even gonna try and apply to all of them because I told you about it next.
Faculty media
amazing. Their art faculty is outstanding. So I applied for TV and film production. Guys, I will never forget the story when they interviewed me. I didn't really know what I applied for.
Wow.
I had no idea. And I have such amazing parents that were okay with it.
Wow.
I also think they didn't understand what I applied for, but they were like,
shout out to your parents.
Hi, Skolo, it's fine.
There are a lot of people like parents struggling.
Let
with
me tell you, my
supporting
mother
each other.
listens to me every day right now, streaming from Bethlehem, religiously without faith. That's how much my parents are always on my back. They're always behind me all the time. I don't want to lie.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Mama.
Even when they don't understand what I'm doing, they're like, it's fine, we're here. Yeah, it's fine, we're here. Anyway, I get to the school. I wasn't sure what I applied for, guys. And everybody who was there with me knew what they were applying for. Cool, we get there and they give you a mini interview. They look at your results and I go, your results are great. And what are you doing? At that time, I had a casualty job at Edgar's. I was working at Edgar's because they told me I must go work for my child's Christmas clothes. I went and got a job.
Sure.
So I get there and they asked me questions about TV and film production, guys. I didn't know. They asked me who was my favorite director. So imagine. Oh, they started asking by who was my favorite actor. So at that time, I used to watch a lot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Oh yeah.
So I used to watch a lot of Fresh. So sometimes I would read the credits on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? So they asked me who was my favorite actor. I say, oh no, it's Will Smith. And they're like, oh yeah, Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith is cool. But I only seen Will Smith on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's what I think.
Okay.
Not a lot of work, but because I watch it a lot, he was my ultimate. And I'm like, why are people asking me about TV?
Okay.
And then they asked me, who was your favorite director? And I'm saying Quincy Jones. Guys, this is why I said Quincy Jones. I say Quincy Jones because Quincy Jones was an executive producer of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was putting in the money. He was not directing. So I saw his name credited on the show so many times that I didn't know what he was doing there, but he was there. He was one of the people in the credits. I'm like, yeah, Quincy Jones. I had no idea. So they asked me, what do you do at work? I'm a cashier. oh, you work with money, yes. So do you know what? Who else deals with money on production?
Oh yeah.
Hey, ma'am, no.
Production
No, but producers are the ones. Yeah, producers. Yes, those are the people. But I didn't know what they were talking about. So I left that interview so confused, guys. Like, it was my first time in Pretoria, by the way. It was, oh gosh. So then I went back home and I'm like, hey, I don't want to tell my parents, but love I had. Let me tell you, within a couple of months I got a letter of acceptance into that school. And half of the people I was there to interview were not in my class.
Yeah, Babolo, you wanna do this, and
they were not in my class. I'm sure there was 2 or 3 people that I was with at the interview that were in my class when I did first year and second year.
Okay.
So I'm like, I did, but I dropped out. Oh, there was a lot happening. In 2011, in my first year, that's when I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder, and I got into so many things that took me off the road, and I just couldn't go. I stopped going to class. I missed the test. I missed assignments. I was dealing with the loads that I couldn't, and I couldn't even explain to my parents because they were paying for school out of pocket, and it was a lot. I couldn't go. I just couldn't go. So after a while, I dropped out because I also flunked. I flunked a couple of modules. Not that because I was stupid, no. I was just one of the smartest people they had in that class, but I couldn't survive. My mental was shutting me down and I went through it, right? And I think the entire thing of falling pregnant at the time that I did was then catching me up with me, because I almost committed suicide when I found out I was pregnant because I was dealing. So my parents intercepted me.
Why? Was it because of the fact that you were afraid?
I was terrified of my parents, and not in the bad way, right? My parents, and I think this is what we are dealing with all of my siblings, because my parents love hard. They give so much. Right? Yeah. They give too much. They give everything.
We can tell, but support like
they give too much that
whatever
you don't want them to suffer even more because of you, or you don't. So like you don't appreciate the struggle that they go to give you whatever. Because I have 5 siblings, so everything counts in my house, right? The little bit that they do for you, you must know because this is away. You understand? And my dad has always hustled his whole life. My mother went to varsity after my brother that comes after me was born. Now there was 3 of us, and then my mother was only born.
Oh, you are the first born.
I'm the second born. I have an eldest brother, and then it's me, and then my younger brother. So when my mom went to go do first year, I was doing grade R at school, and my youngest brother was in preschool. Right, my eldest brother was in the middle of primary, right, and we had to take care of each other because my dad had to hustle to make sure that we eat, right, and my mom was like, no, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna go get educated so that I can get a job for these kids.
Shout out to Mamzo.
So funny enough, her first year in varsity, she found out she was pregnant with my younger sister, my best friend, right?
Okay.
And she almost died of depression as well, my mother, at that time, because she was going to school and it's fine. No, my parents love each other. That's what I can say. They really, really love each other, and I think the love gets too physical sometimes. I don't know. So mom she had a chance, a scholarship to go to school. Now she's pregnant with the 4th child, But now she came back. My sister was born. And then I remember when my sister was born, my mother was busy with exams, but she went to school. She went to go get her first year did, and she got distinctions. She did second year, she killed it. By the way, I'm just as smart as my mother and my dad. She killed it, and then
I can also know Metsi.
Yeah.
Shout out to Metsi. Shout out to Metsi.
So my mom My mom graduated eventually. She's got a degree in she's got a bachelor degree in social sciences. Moms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, after some time, she got a job and then started having a better life because mom was now Naspana Maspala, you know, it was a better job, and my dad was still hustling on the side as usual. So it was amazing. So I've seen my parents go through some major lengths to make sure that we are okay, or we don't feel like we are less than in any way they could at the time, you know. So as you grow up and you just wanna make them proud, you wanna please them, you just, you know, you know. So and every time when life keeps happening to you, you're like, okay, first I was pregnant, then I flunked school.
So after you've dropped out, like, you know, you said
I went back home.
Yeah, you went back home.
I went back home. I stayed for. I got home after Easter in 2013. Then I chilled for 2013, and in 2014 I attempted going back to school. My parents were still supportive. Like, yeah, go back. I went back to Pretoria. I went to study policy. I don't know, guys. Why? I don't know why. I don't want to lie. I don't know why.
You dropped out then.
I did.
Yeah.
No. In this regard, I dropped out because the bursary funders failed me. They couldn't. They overpromised and underdeliver. So my bursary could not.
Oh,
pay
there was a private bazaar.
Yes. So the bursary could not pay for my school, right? So I went back home. I had to go back home again and start afresh. Get this job here, this job there, and then in 2016, I tried going back to school. My baby sister was now going to do her first day. Remember, I'm 6 years older than her. I've been messing up this entire time. Now, okay, she wants to go to school. I'm like, now I'm going to school again. I'm trying again. I am trying again. I'm going back.
Spell more. Yeah,
I'm going back.
To follow.
So what happened was UF accepted me for communication sciences, right? They accepted me for communication sciences.
University of Free State.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I couldn't enroll because I couldn't raise the registration. It was 6K. I didn't have NSFAS. I had to pay everything out of pocket. So I couldn't pay for the 6K. And yeah, because my metric results are really good. I could get into any university that I want.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't go, but I stayed in Rome for that entire year, trying to do this and that.
You stayed there without going to school?
I didn't go, yeah.
How did you survive? Like,
I got a job. I'm a smart girl, man. I got a job. I started hustling Yena with a job. My sister would go to school. She got NSFAS, so Chelta as girl and Erisha got put together. She would buy food for us and we would always chow her money together. And then eventually I got a job, hustling Yena until the end of the year. By the end of the year, I had gotten another admission at CUT because I just couldn't stop.
okay.
I literally just couldn't stop. So I got accepted at CUT in 2016. No. Central University of Technology. That wasn't good. Yeah. I got accepted there. And this time I'm like, I do or die, guys. This time I'm going to do it and I am going to be as successful. I don't know. I'm going to do it one way or the other. This one I'm going to make sure, right? So I pushed. I got into CUT, and that same year is the year I found radio. This is how I found radio, guys. 2016.
2016, okay.
This is how I found radio. So after that, we went home for holidays. So when I was home one time, I met this other friend of mine, so that event, shout out to you for mine. If it wasn't for you, I would not be here.
Shout out to such people.
So that event, the last time I checked, Metsi Maholo radio doing the breakfast. So I'm not sure if he's still there, but if he is, so that event.
So that event.
Yeah.
Can you please get there? The socials, sold that event.
At Sold That Event.
Oh yeah.
At Sold That Event.
So that, shout out.
Thank you so much for that. So what Sold That did, we met at a group. I remember I was lost that day. So he says to me, hey, my sister, I love your voice. My voice. How? Why? Why you love a voice? Why was it good? So I mean, I've always been a star. So I'm like, oh yeah, what are you doing? What are you working on? What do you want us to do? He's like, no, I'm currently recording adverts for different people around the hood. So I would use your voice for voiceover work.
Hot man.
Shout out to you. Okay, give me the number. Yeah, the last time, which was I think last year, when Nozey Sasol committing Maholo FM, he was doing breakfast days for that. Yeah, shout out to him. Absolutely.
So that.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
So so the month passed. I even forgot to get my soul died. So we're home. It's December time. I remember that day I was sleeping because I was so bored. So I was just sleeping, annoyed. And then he calls Adam Fetu. Guy, you know, I'm chilling, what's happening? He's like, yo, we are opening a radio station, Chembasing, and we're looking for presenters. Are you doing anything right now? I'm like, ready? Like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm coming. You know, I literally was sleeping. I remember my mom was like, "What guy?" I was not even thinking about radio, guys. I was not. It was not part of my plan. It was not some of the things I was gonna do that year. It was in December. I remember it was I think the 26th or 24th, just before Christmas, around that time. So I went. We're chilling. We get there, and I found out that the people that started the station were actually my friends from way back that asked me to come and join them. But at that time, I was a TUT. I was a film student. So I'm like, I was needed there, you know. And now every time when I was there, I felt bad because they feel like I should have been there with their struggles. I should have, you know, went through it. I would have been more prouder of the work they did if I was part of it. Not that gave jealous, but I wish I was there. But I left. I'm like, ah. So I get there. So let's like, yeah, no, the owners of the station, Nikki, Basili, Disco. I go, no, these are my boys.
Yeah.
No, whenever my knows, we don't even know that you're in the hood. I'm like, yeah, I soon got to get on phone to come and check this out. What's happening? They're like, yo, bruh, what we've been talking about for all these years is finally happening. You know, I've been talking, Disco's like, you know, I've been talking about radio for years. I'm like, yeah, I remember. They go to me. So it's like, yeah, finally it's happening. So what's going on? I'm like, you know me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to waste time. Let's just jump into the work. So I remember the first time there was this friend of mine, Titi Marvelous. He was already working at another radio station at the time, so he was helping us set up this site. So but already on air, we're already live. So people are coming in nice and slow. Child, Titi opened a mic for me. He had to stop me because I went in like a pro. Yeah. So he was just surprised. He said, you don't know nothing about what you're doing, but like
the first time you did it,
you are killing it, you know. And my style of radio, although in my hood, was never well accepted because from a person who comes from the Free State, they are very entrenched to traditional radio.
So
they wanted steady FM. So now I was never the next speaking. I've always been known as the snob, but this is the most comfortable way I express myself. Not that the snob. I'm very good. So yeah. So at that time, I got into radio. I remember my first ever show was Hood Culture. I actually gave it the name Hood Culture. It was hip-hop / house show. So the entire thing was my idea that we mix the cultures together of hip-hop and music. Sure. And I had a co-host, he called himself DQ. And DQ,
shout out to DQ.
Shout out to DQ. Yeah. And DQ was representing the house. I was representing the hip-hop. And we had that show, I think it ran for like 3 years. I can't remember, but one of the best work I've ever done. And at one point, I was doing 9 to 12, the mid-morning show there. And then just before I left the clubbing, I was now doing the breakfast show there. Yeah, and I also went to CUT FM. I did CUT FM, I think, for about 3 months. But I left. I had to go home for the holidays. And then I couldn't come back the next year because where I was now a station manager, so I couldn't. So the CUT called me back on time. You said you were going to the holidays. Now why are you not coming back? I'm like, I'm afraid to no. I can't come.
And which year was it? No.
That year was 2019.
Now you started radio 2016. By 2019, you now became a station manager.
Hey, I'm a powerhouse. What can I say?
Of which radio?
Of the Clubbing FM.
Yeah.
But I had to leave as well because that same year was my final year in varsity.
Okay.
So I didn't stay for long. But I can tell you now, whoever was there at that time when I was doing pitting code, I can tell you, it was such a job. Not that anybody was not doing a great job, but it was absolutely amazing. And in 2020, when I came back, I then became the marketing manager of the station.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all this happened in the Free State?
Yes, all of this happened in the Free State. And then in 2020, I was home. That was COVID years, right? 2020, I was home. 2021. And in 2022, which was last year, in January, I just decided to pack my bags and come this side. Without knowing where I was going, where I was going to sleep, who I was going to hang out with.
I actually wanted to know that.
So,
from the Free State to the Vaal.
So to the Vaal.
Why the Vaal?
I'm that kind
too much. Oh Nozey.
Why the Vaal?
So where I was basically like when I was at the station, I was the mom tall of that station, right?
Yeah.
I was the mom tall. Yes, I was. Don't start. Quit it.
Okay, I'm out of
So I like challenging myself. I'm that person who, even if I do a lot of things that push myself to beyond, I like doing that. Even when I first got into emceeing, I didn't know that I could do it until this one time. I think 3 months after we started the community radio station, 3 months after we went on air, a couple of people in the hood did an event somewhere, right? And when they did that event, they said, we're going to have radio personalities here to show up so that you guys can see them. So we just went there. We were like 3 or 4 months old into the industry. So we started feeling ourselves a little bit, right? Yeah. So they pulled me up on stage and gave me a mic, right? And that day, something is spinning here. That day, that's when I knew that I could actually be an MC. And they literally gave me maybe 10, 15 minutes on stage. That's when I knew, like, okay, all right, this I'm gonna try out. You know, I'm not just gonna be a presenter. Now I'm gonna do this too. Then I started pushing myself. Before I know it, I was organizing some of the biggest events in my hood because I just kept telling myself, okay, if I could do this, maybe I could try it again. And then after some time, I'm like, no, let me try something else. Maybe I could pull this shit off too, you know. And eventually, I started feeling like, it's not.
It's not
giving. It's not. I need more. I need to put myself in a space where I could wanna do more. I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to, you know, those people. I do me hot kasi how. But whatever I'm calling legendary, yes, but legendary. There's nothing else you remember that.
Even monetize.
You can't monetize that too. You know, you can't. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be one of those girls.
I met it. Push a hot man. You even motivate Arab brothers, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a figure of speech.
So I figured, you know what? Let me go do more. I don't want to be the Itgelegas. No, I don't want to be so popular in my hood that the only thing that I'm popular for is that I hang out with connected people or other popular guys and popular girls. I don't want that. I'm bigger than this, you know. I can do better than this. And I'm like, I just walked away from the studio. I remember they couldn't believe because they kept calling me just asking me where I was, if I'm not back. The clients are calling me. Everybody's looking for me. I'm like, no,
Not going.
I'm not going back there. I chilled at home for like 3 months, and then in January I decided, no, I'm going to the Vaal. I spoke to Ruti Sefata. Yeah, Ruti Tumelo Sefata.
Oh yeah.
You know him?
Pastor's fast.
Yeah. From
Remind me of Pastor Swata.
that's Zone 3 Kamani. He's an amazing preacher and a worshipper. So
Muguti Sefata.
No, he's light skinned.
Light skin.
Yeah.
Muguti Sefata.
Yeah. He's young. Maybe we're not Maholo.
No, like he sings.
Yeah. But he's
Yeah.
yes, but he's light skinned and he's not dark. Why did you do that?
I know him. I know.
Because you're a singer, you probably do know him.
know, he
So
knows
we
me.
met. Yeah, we met at in the hood when I was still at the station. Yeah, basically running the station, and he was looking to advertise at my station. So we kind of became friends. We became close. We started talking. So I told him, "What's talking about?" Like, no, it's about station manager. Yeah, because it was last year. Last year, Metsi was still the station manager.
Yeah.
Fine. And then I came to the Vaal and he arranged a meeting with me. Oh no, I asked my sister. I have a sister of mine, Teminkuta. I asked her, "Sisi, you think too much that you want?" It's like, hey, Lekoa FM, so the young people, hope is. I love hope because Christian, they sing bye Christian. I am trying to do things that I never thought I would do myself, and I don't want to be limited to just religion, right? I also don't want to be typed as this particular person. This is why every chance that I get, any show that you said I should do, I do it and I make sure that I kill it. Because I don't want to be said, oh, you can only do this. Yes, I don't get blocks at anything. Today I had an interview with a gentleman who was looking for actors. They came on air to talk to me about actors.
Today?
Yes, this morning. They're looking for actors. They have auditions on Monday and Tuesday. This coming Monday and Tuesday. So as he leaves, I'll give you guys the details. I'll share the details. Don't worry.
Actors and actresses.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. If you guys are listening now live, there's an audition happening at Tswape on Monday from 8 until 5, and another one is happening at.
Oh, I saw it on social media. Yes. It's happening at Johannesburg again.
Yeah, but the one in the Vaal.
Zone 14, I guess.
Yeah, Zone 14 at Tswape and in Sharpeville Exhibition Center on Tuesday.
Yes.
So they're looking for Vaal people because the story is about whatever's happening.
You must be able to move to Johannesburg.
Well, yeah, I think during the shoot, yeah.
Yes.
So as he leaves the studio, he says to me, "Can you please come and audition?" Right? And I'm thinking to myself, not once have I thought of myself as an actress, but I would actually like to try this just to test myself if I can pull it off. So that's how I do a lot of things. And even to coming to the Vaal, I just came here. My brother stays in Sasso, in a place Vaal. It stays in Vaal. It's so far. Yeah, I went to Vaal Park, and then I didn't realize how far Vaal Park was from Frenaching at the time when I came here. And I'm like, yo, I can't stay here. It's gonna be inconveniencing me because they just gave me a breakfast show when I got here. Right?
The biggest show.
The biggest show, and I started doing show with Kosa Boy, and I don't want to lie.
Kosa Boy is been on the breakfast show.
It's been, but I mean, let me tell you, when I got there, our chemistry was so amazing. We changed the entire breakfast show. We made it. We made it amazing. Because numbers don't lie. Hey, we made it amazing, and we killed it. We killed it the whole year, the entire last year until early this year. I was still doing breakfast with Kosa Busy, and I miss it so much. It was a very good show. That's when I moved to the Remedy.
So when you moved to Lekoa FM, you find Yena Poster.
I found Poster was doing the afternoon drive. Shout out to him. Yena Poster was doing the afternoon drive. Yes.
Oh man!
Yes, he was doing the afternoon drive Limoli when I arrived there, I think. And then he left, and then there was Tobia somewhere there. It was around the same time.
Yeah.
So this radio thing, that's what happened to me.
Boom.
9 tweets, guys. I don't want to lie. I don't want to say I've been dreaming about it. I saw myself doing it. Yeah, no. 100%, right? Yeah. The same thing happened to you.
Yeah. Radio told me. I've never seen myself as a Patukara at all.
At all.
So I came across people like Mega too much. However, as a creative, you stand like in front of a mirror sometimes, check and do that. guys, please. Yeah. Like, please, man. We have a lot of man. Nah, not.
Yeah.
So, Wabo,
For me,
transparent.
oh, like you will exchange it for smash. Nah, yeah, no smash.
You have a cup with you.
Nah.
Okay, sharp. It matches not. The cups don't match. It's not World Cup anyway. So yeah.
Guess hang out.
Yeah. It's fun. It's amazing.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But, so with me, Nozey,
Yeah.
I know it's not about me, it's about you, but
Yeah.
I just want to share my relatability.
How you relate to the
However,
story.
yes. You understand? So in this instances, I've always seen myself as a musician,
Okay.
singer. Like I had this beautiful voice in the world. And as
Never
young-
heard your voice, Joe. Oh, come on.
I
Yes.
really will know it's a mahas, it's but I was
Even as a child, yeah.
Wabo, nekibina mnad. And
Right.
unosna ntongo ke bonang go feta go bina ha mnad.
Right.
You understand? For myself, nje, I close my eyes and see myself in front of a lot of people, like
Yeah,
thousands
yeah,
of people,
yeah.
and they all listening. Not your screaming type of people. You understand? Not that barasa. Yeah.
You want everybody to sit it down. And then
Wabo,
listen to
this thing. You know, yeah.
As for radio,
Yeah.
your acting, wabo, interested to ka career.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
To say I talk a lot, and when I talk about Bata,
Yeah.
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 When I talk about Bata, Wabo,
Yeah.
I see okay, that one until like I listen to radio. Like, challenger. I'm a musician. I don't see
Just like
myself as
myself,
a radio
yeah.
presenter.
Yeah.
And then radio, there's this thing they do. Like introduction part.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
interested in that so
The
much.
pace.
Yeah.
Introduction. Listen to every radio personality I introduce.
Let me tell you, if you could kill an intro, you're a great radio host. That's it.
Obvious.
That's it. If
I
you
was
can kill an
interested in
intro,
that.
let me tell you.
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine used to say, hey guys, whatever you do, make sure your intros are a killer. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Disco. He would always say, guys, please, whatever you do, make sure that your
I get it must.
yeah.
The basic.
So he'd always say, whatever you do, make sure that your intro you kill. Your intro you kill, because that could either tell if you're a good host or not. Anything else that comes after that
Yeah,
is
like I was saying, Linda Ibile. Wabo, intro pan.
yeah.
Okay, tell a fella what make it, we should get a baragay. Get the booze, get the brass, get the booze. One guy changing the fella out me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily content, script, you understand? Not necessarily everything rage. Wabo, it was just that.
Yeah.
Oh, I get him to get down.
Yeah.
I'm all there. So, get that attention.
Right.
Yeah. After I found out what voice and I was confident in singing. Wabo, since getting shy, yeah, since getting try, I tell you,
So you thought girls
yeah.
was the way to go. So no solution.
I'm a presenter of Drive. You feel a sensitive way. I talk about the film. You feel a sensitive way because I'm one person who's been curious. So like back out about so you feel like you out. Manana ona go kimtaza tamiti bue eng mtaza. So ke lwetsa research go tazwa ke. You understand?
Seems like so much admin, eh?
Yeah, you have to, like, Israel, if you are a crafter and when you want to find somebody who is interested in your craft, in craft in general,
Yeah.
you understand?
You
You have to work
understand?
so hard to bono.
Yeah.
And
Because girls like
Yeah.
girls like guys who can make you laugh. I'm one of those people. If you can make me
All.
laugh, I think you're a smart person.
Yeah.
Generally, I don't care if you can do maths or
It's not
not.
only about
Yeah.
you.
You are
It's
intelligent.
about
fair.
every girl
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
Want
Le
to
tla
like
Make
bua
us
mo le
laugh.
leng bamba no re gahlanya mara he.
You wanna
Wena
laugh.
wena uthe-
You wanna
Yeah.
laugh.
Imagine
You wanna think of how stupid this guy is.
Imagine
Yeah.
serious all your life.
You can't
Like
be.
serious. Man, guys, usirasi.
And
And
this is an education to Amajida as well to say
Make
it's
them
formal
laugh.
something. Yeah. So
Don't
yeah,
be too
funny,
be
babe.
serious when it's necessary, but
Hey,
don't
what's
be
a
too
joke?
serious.
Mas that's a
Even
joke
if it's
to
just
my
between the two of you, you're not everybody's clown, but
Yeah, you are allowed to make jokes, guys, but
and you know,
sometimes
there's nothing as terrible as a guy who doesn't have a great sense of humor. He doesn't get jokes. You're like,
these people like what's
okay.
but what's the sense of humor? Let's say but say simple.
No,
People
and
know
for
what
me
this
personally,
guy's
I'm
fun.
sorry if but sense of humor they
Like-
could be, but they'll be offended by this. But for me, if you don't have a great sense of humor, it says to me you are a little slow.
Yeah.
Because
I'll
I catch
really
the jokes
fast,
over
yes.
speed. So to me, you are not very smart.
Such people don't go to your
No, they
stand-up
don't.
comedy
No,
events
they
or-
don't.
Because now
They're not gonna
hey, who's
get
this-
satire.
who's
They're
this
not gonna
guy?
get
Hey, who's this
metaverse.
guy?
They're just gonna lose it.
I cannot forget this guy, Trevor Noah.
How
Yeah.
can you listen to Trevor Noah if you
We
He
like-
let
does not know.
dating this serious guy, and then
He doesn't
Trevor
get
Noah
Trevor
jokes
Noah,
up.
no.
Everybody is laughing, and he goes like, "Hey, baby, this guy's funny.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's too funny, man."
I can gape le ne bua like bo nyugo
I
wa
said
bona.
to Jola,
No,
"Adisha."
no, 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 no. It's intelligent. That's
Adisha.
not man. No. I seen you go.
No, I'm not saying from the comedian side.
No, just to
No,
get
no,
a sense of
from
humor.
the audience side.
Marala.
No.
Very.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Unana wena as Babs Radebe. Okay, I'm going for being a millionaire, billionaire, and whatever.
Yeah.
Unana second billionaire boy. I never galah.
This guy's fine.
Nah.
One of the jokes is at class, you know. It's at class. The violent class, you talk. One of the yali, oh, what a level. I want to look at taxi. Like the opposite joke, you know. So, one of the jokes is at class.
Classic joke.
Yeah. One of them talk about back class,
Nigga, what the hell is wrong with you?
This guy is funny. Hey.
Yeah, that's fine.
So chung, habala khidi joke sabadi because there is a
Sabadiri.
pool. Like everybody we talking about
But did he?
Yeah, man.
my man. Okay. Look, nerebuaka growth even on music. You understand? We are talking about growth. You understand? Now, if you are a local musician, wangana to break the hair.
A local musician.
Yeah.
Even little local musician, you understand? Like Radebe, okay, they have a specific niche market.
Yeah.
You understand? As born, you understand?
True.
Now, we know what we listen to.
Yes.
You understand? And
No,
then you
yeah,
get a Vaal boy.
This podcast is going on for about 2 hours now. Like, it's crazy out here.
And we're not even halfway, are we? We're not.
Yeah. Relax.
I'm
This
outta
one we
here
have to talk,
for a
man.
minute.
You know,
Yeah.
so like when we talk about Tabayena,
Remember when I was in varsity, there's this girl that I used to tutor her during when we studied. She would come to me and say, I don't understand this, I don't understand that. After that, when we're done, everything because I understand them. And when the marks come back, she's in the 80 percentile, and I'm in my 60, 70, like a. But everything she doesn't understand, she comes to me for an explanation. But because I'm naturally smart, I don't put in hard work. And I take things for granted.
But now I believe we going about the code too, we going about the ideologies they found them before maybe we
No,
and then
in
we
terms of
adapting
EQ,
one
it's
day.
true. It's true. It's
Like,
true. I'm saying it's true because let me give you an example of why I say high intelligent
Yeah.
people but banally a very low EQ. But what they either very cold or very sensitive, right? How about typical balance? But what most of the time happens to socialize. That is a fact. They don't have social skills. As opposed to we're not gonna ask about school
That's all those 5 Qs.
There are
Your
some,
IQ,
yes,
EQ, and
but
whatsoever.
balancing them all, not one higher than the other. They're balancing everything. So here's an example I could give you. My son, like I told you, my son is such an A student, straight A. He's your top 1, top 2, top 3. He's very smart. But I don't think I'm gonna filter. He just says whatever he wants to say whenever.
You have to be free, man.
Not to be free. No, you need to know when you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings. That's intelligence. When you know that I should not say this, I cannot say this to you because it will hurt the feelings, whether it's true or not. Right? That on its own is intelligence. And because he's so smart, he doesn't think it's necessary that you have feelings. He thinks the truth is the truth. What's right is what's right, what's wrong is what's wrong. He thinks black and white. He doesn't think, okay, there's somehow you need to feel some type of way, because he's too smart. He doesn't have time to harness the emotions, right? And you come to me, I'm very emotional.
Alright, now we've talked a lot about Nozey and everything, you understand? So, what is your thing? Okay, what can you say? This local radio and media scape thing
right now.
Yeah.
The landscape is changing rapidly, right? The landscape is changing, but we are taking forever to adapt to change. Why? One, things like online radio is still failing so much in so many communities because we haven't adapted that we should be there, right? Secondly, there's too many gatekeepers, even in this small industry that we have. There are still so many gatekeepers that people think if I give you a platform, I think was so much, you're gonna blow up more than me, or you're gonna be more popular. So there's a lot of competition here that is unnecessary, that is keeping us from advancing as craftsmen and women, as artists, as personalities. There's a lot that is happening where people think this piece of slice is too small for everybody. But in actual fact, we can all survive in this industry. Everybody doing their thing the way they're supposed to, right? And also, there's not enough growth as well for me in all the entire entertainment industry in South Africa. There is not enough growth. Why do I say this? Motweneli It Girl 10 years ago, It Girl 2023. But there's young girls who are supposed to be given the chance to try and make it in the industry. Mother, no. When it's been 10 years, you still want every gig minute. I mean, sit down. Sit the fuck down, right? Okay. Go buy property, go manage, go do other businesses.
So,
move.
What do you want from like Lekoa FM? Now you own the local scale of media, So like,
well, I have one particular goal right now. Yeah? It's to be on a bigger platform, right?
Such as?
If I were to choose where to go to work tomorrow, I'd wake up working for 947.
FIRTH. Prime Media.
I would work for Prime Media any day. Why? Because Prime Media, they know the business. They are into the business, and they know that the business requires proper talent. Prime Media doesn't hire you because you have 70 likes on Instagram with your Insta story, or you're making a lot of talk radio. Now we're gonna hire you and put you here so that your followers will come and listen to radio. Your followers don't listen to radio. They TikTok. Your followers are on TikTok. Why do you want to lose and move people from this platform? Because it seems like they're making it and putting them here in this platform where we are supposed to shine with the talent of this particular platform, right? If you listen to that radio, it make a lot more sense now when I speak.
The Vaal is for the sense. Sense.
So yeah. So now, me moving here for me was a wake up, because I got here and I was by myself. I needed to make this work. So meaning I had to be better at anything that I do, because I need this to work. If this doesn't work, I'll have to go back to the free state, and I cannot do that. So I need this to work. So me needing this to work is getting better at it each and every day.
It's working. It's the V side. We're making things work out here, man. That's Miss Nozey from Lekoa FM.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 12. With your girl, you want to know the black girl.
We don't bring the pink doll.
The pinky doll is
pinky don't want
the Mythias girl.
Shout out to Ituma Bags with this endorsement. It's a beautiful bag. Thank you guys.
Okay,
shout out to Ituma Bags.
Ituma Bags.
From Itumeleng.
Ituma
Bags. Yeah, he's on socials as Ituma Bags Official.
Yeah.
And there's a lady who did my hair just for me to be here. Her name is Julia. Shout out to you, sister, for a beautiful hairstyle. Thank you, guys.
Anytime soon because the free advertisement guy corner.
I am DJ Who. I outwish my cat.
Yeah, man. I think it's a wrap, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
So,
on social media, I am at Miss Nozey ZA on Twitter and at Miss Nozey on Instagram and Miss Nozey Mazibuko on Facebook, and on Twitter is at Miss Nozey as well. So please try and follow me. I will give you nothing but great content. You know, little youth sometimes. I'm joking.
No nudes.
And if you are a promoter out there, she's an MC.
I'm an amazing MC as well.
Yes. Amazing.
Line up be busy this summer. Line up be busy this summer. You will see.
I'm an amazing
Miss
MC.
Nozey.
Thank you.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's the 5th episode of
Shout out to Nation, Massive Nation. Thank you for having me.
Massive Nation.
Some pretty girls, they've got tricky stacks all singing with your momo.